How's it going, everybody? Daner here with North Central Coins, and welcome to the most rare and valuable coins of Australia. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 most valuable Australian pre-decimal coins. Australia changed its decimal coinage system in the year 1966, and it actually changed the composition of its silver coins from sterling silver to 80% in the year 1946, which is a lot later than most other countries. Now, Australia has a very long and stoic history when it comes to coinage, and you can be assured that they have produced some true holy grails and unicorns that are worth an absolute fortune. So in this video, I'm going to break down the top 10 most valuable Australian pre-decimal coins of all time. Before I do start breaking this list down, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you have not and you would like to see more coin collecting content just like this. And then what do you say we get into it and start breaking down some of these absolute holy grails? Let's do it, guys. So as I start the list off, rather than work my way from the least to the most valuable, I'm going to work my way through the different denominations, starting with the half penny. Now, one thing I also want to note is you will find several different mint marks on Australian coins. They have had their coinage produced by many different countries, some of which include Canada, the United States, India, the Perth Mint. So you can find several different mint marks, and I find that to be absolutely fascinating. If you find an S mint mark on one of these coins, it actually means that it was struck at the San Francisco Mint in the United States, which is pretty fascinating to me. So we'll start things off with number 10, which is going to be the 1915 H mint mark half penny. Minted at only 720,000 examples, the H mint mark is visible under the lower scroll on the reverse of the coin to indicate that it was produced at the Heaton Mint in London. In 2015, an NGC MS64 example was sold for $21,065 Australian by International Auctions Galleries. Number 9 is the 1916 I mint mark mule half penny. Approximately 10 examples of the 1916 half penny mule are known to exist and are all in circulated condition. While the Calcutta Mint was striking the Indian quarter annas and the Australian half penny in 1916, obverse dies from both coins were paired, creating the mule. The best certified example known is a PCGS extremely fine genuine damaged. In June 2011, at auction, an ungraded one described as AVF, extremely fine, sold for Australian $81,550. If an uncirculated example of one of these coins was found, it could probably reach up to 200,000 Australian dollars. And just to give you an idea of Australian to US dollars, it is about 60 to 65 cents for Australian dollar to US dollar. Number 8 is the 1923 half penny. Most of the half penny coins produced in 1923 in Sydney bore the date 1922. Only 3 pairs of dies were used at the Melbourne Mint to produce 480,000 1923 dated half penny coins. But because the dies didn't last long, the mintage of this coin is estimated more like 15,000. But a lot less than that are known today, especially in mint state condition. An NGC AU58 example sold in April 2011 at auction for around $20,000 Australian. The finest certified example known is a PCGS MS63 Brown. Number 7 is the 1920 Australian penny. Several varieties of the 1920 penny exist, mostly regarding the position of the dots on the reverse and the Indian or English obverses. The best certified example known is a PCGS MS66 red and brown, dot above the bottom scroll, Indian obverse, which sold for nearly $41,000 Australian at auction in September 2014. Number 6 is the 1930 Australian penny. The most famous of all the Australian Commonwealth circulating coins, the 1930 pre-decimal penny was minted at around 3,000 examples. At the end of 1930, the mint made the dies for the 1930 penny for specimens and proof striking, but these dies were also used in the 1931, intentionally or not, to produce a low amount of circulating coins. The best certified example known is a PCGS almost uncirculated 50, which sold for $86,000 on April 14th, 2016. If an uncirculated example is found, it could probably reach more than $125,000. Well, we have made it halfway through this list. If you have to ask me, those were some extremely valuable pennies. But we're going to switch up denominations now. For number 5, it is going to be the 1922 3 pence 2/1. This is the rarest silver pre-decimal Australian circulating coin. The best example certified known among the 30 examples between NGC and PCGS is in AU58 condition. A 1922 overdate 3 pence example, described as an uncirculated, sold at international auction galleries on September 5th, 2010 for $130,000. Another one sold in extremely fine graded condition in March 2009 for $108,000. Number 4 is the 1915 Australian 1 shilling. 500,000 pieces were minted at the Hedon Mint for the 1915 shilling, and 800,000 were minted at the London Mint. An NGC MS65 1915 no mint mark shilling sold for $23,000 in 2015 by international auctions galleries. Number 3 is the 1914 florin or 2 shilling H mint mark. The silver 1914 H florin was struck at the Hedon Mint at 500,000. Like the 1915 florin, this silver coin is very scarce in mint states. A PCGS MS65 1914 H florin sold for about 22,000 Australian dollars in January 2007 at auction. Number 2 is the 1915 florin or 2 shilling Australian coin. Like the 1915 shilling, the silver 1915 florin was struck at the Hedon Mint, with 750,000 pieces produced and 500,000 produced at the London Mint. Only the 1932 and 1933 florin have a lower mintage than the 1915. In 2015, an NGC MS66 no mint mark graded one was sold for 42,000 Australian dollars by international auctions galleries. A PCGS MS65 1915 H florin sold for $22,000 on August 11th, 2016. Well, we have made it to number 1 on this list. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you find it helpful. I find the history behind Australian coins to be so interesting and fascinating. I'm going to be making lots more videos in the future covering some of those. There's one that I'm definitely going to be making that's going to be detailing a lawsuit between the Royal Canadian Mint and the Australian Mint. At one point, the Australian Mint started producing coins with the Royal Canadian Mint's patented colorized technology for producing circulating colorized coins like the 2004 Poppy. So that is definitely an interesting subject that I'm going to cover in the future. But one of the things that I really love about Australian coins, honestly, is the designs on them. I love the animals. I love the kangaroos. I love just how different they are. They're very similar to Canadian and British coins, especially if you look at the obverse for them, but they're just so fascinating that they're produced at so many different mints and so many different countries all over the world. And really, Australia just had to kind of pull together and do what they could to produce the best, most available coinage for their population that they could at the time. But all of that being said, number 1 on this list is going to be the 1932 1 florin or 2 shilling coin. This is extremely scarce in a mint state. Only about 20 certified PCGS and NGC coins exist in uncirculated condition. In 2015, an NGC MS64 graded was sold for 28,000 Australian dollars by international auctions galleries. Almost uncirculated examples can sell from about $1,500 to $2,000 each. But I think that is just about going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that thumbs up and please subscribe if you would like to see more just like this in the future. Also, with the holiday season coming up, if you would like to buy any silver or precious metals for your loved ones or add any weight to your stack, then click the link down in the description for APMEX's website. They are one of the largest, if not the largest, precious metal dealer in North America. They have a website with a massive inventory from rounds, bars, hand-poured pieces. Also, they have licensed pieces like New Zealand Mint, Canadian Mint, US Mint. They have Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter, an absolutely massive selection. So if you would like to support my channel and browse some of their inventory, then just click the link down in the description. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Until the next one, guys, peace out and have a good one, y'all.